All right, let's get started. So today's frequency chat is going to be a couple of fun videos on how powerful sound actually is. I believe it's one of the most powerful sources of energy in the universe. And these fun videos show you the different geometric patterns that different particles, sand or salt or anything like that, will actually make when it's on a vibrating platform that's powered by sound. There's also another short video that's just really fun and cute to watch, and it's sound frequencies applied to water. So I want to show you those, and then we'll get into the rest of the frequency chat, which is going to be about emotional stress and its impact in the physical body. So let's get going. All right, as you know, I feel like this is the ultimate biohack because it is sound frequency medicine. And it is so comprehensive. I put everything in this system that I could think of to make it the go-to for practically anything you can think of to treat the mind, body, and soul. So most of you know me, some of you don't. My whole life's work has been basically study into every area I could think of. Being raised in traditional medicine and really looking at the fact that it was an illness management system led me down path after path after path and doing more and more research on what actually heals the body and makes it well. And that's how I came up with this system. It, to me, integrates traditional medicine, naturopathic medicine, and frequency medicine to this amazing system that you can get really rapid results from. Okay, here's one of the fun first little videos. So most of you know this statement. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So this is actually a plate that is powered by sound. And in this experiment, they actually put salt on it and then dial in different sound frequencies. But it's really interesting to watch, and it kind of gives you a visual of what sound can do to matter in your body, matter all around you. And sound will actually do the same thing to water. It bursts into different geometric patterns according to the frequency. So to me, sound is the most powerful thing in the universe as far as what we can treat our body with, what we can treat our mental, spiritual state with. It can really shift us in profound and almost magical ways. The higher the frequencies go, the more complex the arrangements of the geometric patterns. I won't play this all the way through. I just wanted to get you to get a really quick and easy visual on how powerful this actually is. We'll go to the next one now, which is really fun on water. And this is frequencies applied to water. And considering the fact that we are 70% water, sound has the most profound effect on us. And like I said, with certain frequencies, each molecule of water will burst into a certain frequency pattern. Now, this is a very rudimentary video. It shows a very simplistic way to test things. I wouldn't do it like this. I've seen more sophisticated methods where you can actually apply the sound frequencies to a stream of water or through a kind of like a little waterfall where the streams are very small and it will change the waves. You can actually, I've done a series and we're going to do another series of actually taking water, putting it in a white bowl, putting food coloring in it, and turning it on different frequencies through the machine, and it will burst into different geometric patterns that are absolutely symmetrical and beautiful. But it's amazing what it can do. And I think sound is our most powerful tool. We could go on and on to the end of that, but I think you've probably seen enough to kind of get the idea. So this to me is a picture that I really want embedded in everybody's mind. It is so important. At the upper corner, you'll actually see the atom. So this is our most basic building block. This is what we are. We're simply frequency and we're vibrating. And taking the two together, it creates everything that we view as our physical form in our body. So you have not only your physical body, but you also have this toroidal field around your body that is profound. Quantum physicists confirm this actually exists around all living things. And then you have your energy centers, which Eastern medicine is so old, and all of these centers are very correlated to different diseases, disorders, and dysfunctions in the body. So you really, really need those to be open and functioning really well, or you get a distortion in this energy field. So if you can keep this in your mind, that you always want this energy field absolutely clear, so that you can function well, you can stay healthy, you can be a good force and a healing force around other people, it'll make a huge difference in your life. And here's where it gets really tricky. So it is not just our energy field, and I'll be this one because I love yellow. It is whoever we're around. So even when you're walking through Costco or Walmart or any place else, your field is actually overlaying with other people's. And we are constantly emitting information, emotional information, mental information, light, subtle energy, all of that. And we're constantly picking it up. This is why they say it's so important who you choose to spend your time with. And it's so important, especially in couples, close friendships, all of that, because there's such a sharing of the energy field. So keeping that really positive, or always clearing that out and being highly conscious of that, especially all of you that are healers. So you're constantly having people come into your field that aren't well. So it's going to be even more important than ever for you to keep your system clear, your vibration up with this technology, super important. Keep all of your energy centers clear, run all the ancient tones, do all of the things to make sure you're constantly healing yourself, so that you don't get worse in the process of healing other people. Okay, so here's what I'm finding. There are two groups of people that everything seems to be dividing into. So you have the people that are sick because they have an unhealthy lifestyle. They don't eat right. They don't exercise. And over time, they finally get to this crisis where they are physically ill and they come to you for help. Or maybe one of you is one of these people, or we have family members who are like this. There's also another group of people, and these are those of us that have taken care of ourselves all our life. We've eaten right, we've exercised, we've taken the right supplements, we've tried to do everything we could, from meditation to yoga or whatever it is, to keep ourselves as healthy as possible. So what's really unique to me is seeing really amazing diseases that shouldn't be there show up in this population. And it's not just me. I have quite a few of you know that I had a TIA recently. And I have had, intestinal cancer before that a few years ago. There are people like my business partner, with prostate cancer, and he's always watched his diet. He has always exercised his entire life, and he's 79 years old and hasn't taken his foot off the gas. Super conscious about what he puts in his body, not a drinker, doesn't smoke, doesn't have any of those risk factors. And he still ran into prostate cancer. And with me, none of the stroke factors, but yet, I had a TIA. So I really want to look at this. We covered long haul COVID last week, and long haul COVID has really affected not only the unhealthy people, but people that always thrive. They're strong in their business, they're strong in their physical body, they're strong in their mind, they're strong in their spirit. And they've gotten COVID and had a hard time recovering. It's been quite a road to get back to recovery. The other thing that I want to talk about today is emotional stress and its impact. And that is not something people, I think, are really considering as being a huge factor. And through this last year, I have come to realize it's a bigger factor than I ever knew. So emotional stress has come from a lot of places. And if you think back to the picture of the toroidal field where we're overlapping each other, it might not just be our emotional stress. It could be the emotional stress of those we care about, those we love, and those people that are in our field. So that impacts us the most. There are certain kinds of stresses that really don't wreak havoc in the body. They will make you more acutely aware, more efficient in your work. You try to make a deadline, all of that. Those don't have the same kind of effect as emotional stress does on the body. Does the technology work on both groups? Yes, it does. Frequency medicine will. but you have to get at the source of the problem. If somebody's continuing to eat very poorly, put things in their body that aren't good for them, to not exercise, to not take care of themselves, you can use frequency medicine to help with symptoms, to knock different things out of their body. But will they ever be truly healthy? That's up to them. They've got to change the lifestyle. And the same thing kind of goes for the healthy people that have ended up having too much emotional stress and ended up getting sick, and the people that have had long haul COVID. You can use the frequencies to treat all kinds of things. And long haul COVID, I believe the frequencies can really get you there. But with emotional stress, you have to change the factors that are actually getting you to the point where you're at, where you have a TIA. So that takes some personal change as well. So is your emotional stress making you sick? Anger, fear, anxiety, hatred are all very acid forming in the body. Producing emotions, these emotions produce a lot of excess cortisol in the system. And this is a real problem, getting a lot of cortisol in our system. A lot of us run on this stress hormone over a period of time, and it's very, very unhealthy. And I'll tell you why. It makes you very acidic, okay? So if you have chronic metabolic acidosis, it is induced by cortisol. So if you have a lot of emotional stress over a long period of time, you're going to have this condition. So it can be detrimental on adults and on children. And children actually go through a lot of emotional stress too in certain situations. So it's important to be aware of this. So muscle wasting, increased fracture risk because you're actually losing bone as you become more acidic. That's what your body does to try and alkalinize and keep things stable. Causes hypertension, visceral obesity, which leads to a lot of different health problems, insulin resistance, which can lead to diabetes, and impaired cognition, or that foggy brain that everybody is experiencing right now. So these are the early signs of body tissue acidity. So feeling weak and tired, having very low energy, a lot of people are experiencing that. Agitation, anxiety, panic attacks, and depression, we're seeing a lot of that. Skin problems. So this is all kinds of things from eczema to psoriasis to even having hives and things like that. So acne, the same thing. Generalized aches and pains, a lot of people have these that they experience every day. Digestive problems with constipation, diarrhea, bloating. There's a lot of IBS type symptoms that go along with this. Cramping before and during periods. Some women get that anyway. It is made much worse if you are over acid. Needing more sleep, 8 hours just isn't enough. You could use 10, 12, or stay in bed for 24. It's kind of gets worse the more acidic you get. Getting a lot of heartburn or acid reflux, all the extra acidity from that can cause your teeth to decay, having nausea, and then loss of libido. That's a very, very important one that a lot of people experience. And then we've gone over this before. So this is when your body is actually in acidic condition all the time. It leads to these diseases that are very comfortable and thrive in an acidic condition. So the most intense one being cancer. Cancer absolutely thrives in an acidic body. Low oxygen, high acid. Different parasites, bone loss, osteoporosis, osteopenia, that's from an acidic body. Chronic digestive problems like we talked about before, but they just get worse the longer your body is acidic. Type 2 diabetes, the lupus, lots and lots and lots of arthritis, especially rheumatoid arthritis, is really big in people that are over acid. Kidney stones and kidney diseases and gout. I know lots of people that regularly get kidney stones and lots of people that get gout, and they are almost always, well, they are always over acid when I test them, but of course I don't test everybody. I don't see everybody personally. Bacterial and fungal infections, high blood pressure is a big one, and then of course, heart and circulation issues. So to me, your frequency medicine cabinet is either the VibraGenix machine or the mobile unit that I have over here with my water glass. And there are literally frequencies to treat all of those conditions we just went over. But the really important thing is to address the root of the problem. So if you have long haul COVID, you need to run the protocols to address the root of the problem. If you have inflammation in your body, address that. If If you have acidosis, there's frequencies for that. There's also dietary changes to make. If you have a lot of emotional stress, you have to figure out ways to minimize that. What needs to change in your life to lower that emotional stress, and then be very, very conscious of whoever you're around, especially if you're a healer, picking up on that energy and then not clearing it. So the way you're going to clear it, you're going to get on your machine, you're going to run all the chakras, all the ancient tones, the scalar waves with probably rejuvenation and some kind of meditation formula, whether it's mood elevation, whatever works for you, with those frequencies, and really expand your energy field and clear everything out that you might pick up for somebody. And definitely minimize your emotional stress. I am clearly on that path right now after this last year that got me here. So VibraGenix is the bridge to me. It really is what I believe combines the traditional naturopathic and Eastern medicine. And I think all of these have great validity. It's really important to take care of your energetic body, your physical body, your emotional body, and having frequency medicine and the actual ability of the machine to give us our body exercise and strengthen our bones and our muscles and increase the lymphatic circulation is all very, very important. But so is the energy medicine. So is raising your frequency. So is being very intentional and conscious of the energy that you're around and using the tools to clear your energy field and eliminating or minimizing the emotional stress that you can minimize. Very important lesson for me. So this is who we all want to be, happy on the beach, retired. But so many spend their health gaining wealth. And then they have to spend their wealth to regain their health. And I think that's a really important thing to note, is especially for us, if you work really hard and you have a lot of emotional stress or anything in your life and something does go off balance, it's really important to be able to have the tools to get it back. And for me, if I hadn't had this technology when I had the TIA, I don't think I would be where I am right now as far as how fast I've recovered. It's made a huge difference for me. And just having that frequency medicine cabinet, whether it's in the mobile unit or the accelerator or it's in the machine, to just immediately treat whatever it is. So migraines, whatever it is, and then clearing your field and changing your situation to minimize your stress. All right. I feel like this is the most important topic for all of those that are like me, have lived their life trying to be healthy and want to keep living their life being healthy, to recognize the different factors, whether it's coronavirus, because I had that very, very badly. I had the Delta, and doing the cleanup from that was a big aha moment for me and how effective this technology can be. And then with the TIA, I still have to make my own changes to finish getting my emotional stress level down, which I'm making great strides there as well. But just understanding that what an impact it can have on people, even if you do all the right things, having that long haul COVID and having emotional stress that is continuous over a long period of time can have a massive impact on your health. And if you're not eating right, not taking care of yourself, please do so and use the frequencies as well to help get you well. This is just an amazing gift that's come together. It's a passion. It's a long road, and I am so happy to be here to offer it to you. Would love to answer more questions. There's a QR code that you can scan if you want more information. There's also an email that comes directly to us. And I would like to open it up for questions from anyone, if anyone has any.
Hi, Dr. Carolyn.
There we go. Hello, Robin.
I have one or two clients off and on. Either they have COPD or they're just really struggling. And so what I was doing was putting a cushion so that they could actually sit on the machine, but the cushion was maybe 2 inches thick. I just want to make sure they were still getting the frequencies well enough through the machine with that cushion.
So I would say that's too thick.
Okay.
I'm gonna echo here. There we go. I would say that's too thick. So I actually sit on my machine. I actually have the big plate, which is the elite plate right here. And I actually lay down on it. I'll put a little, like a footstool for my head. And I lay down on it. And especially when I'm working on issues in the core and even put the cell exciters on it, I'll do leg exercises, all of that. But you can definitely sit on this. It's not going to hurt you at all. If you feel like the plates are a little bit too firm for some people, I would only use like just a towel or something. You don't want to, all the vibrations are most of them are going to be going into that 2-inch thick pillow.
Okay. That's what I was sort of thinking. Okay. Yeah. But I get some older people, they don't have much of a fanny, and so I'm trying to help them out. Okay.
Do you have a piece of rubber of some kind? Like a yoga mat kind of thing, or?
Oh, I do. Okay. But a yoga mat, I could just cut up a piece of an older one and have that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's a good idea.
There we go.
I don't see the raise your hand, but
it's okay. I can hear you.
Okay, good. So I'm part of a group that we practice mindfulness, and everyone meditates, and they're into positive affirmations, and we study the mental, the higher faculties. And many times I hear in all the different books that we study, people talking about, manifesting and getting on the frequency of what you desire, whether it's, your purpose or relationship or whatever it is. And I'm trying to find a way to explain to them that the frequencies in your machine would accelerate this process through the ancient tones or the chakra vibrations. I'm not sure quite how to put it together. I'm so excited that you started by saying that you were talking about emotional, because that was my question for today, is how do I connect this and explain it to people that this piece of equipment isn't about waiting to get sick, and then only using the frequencies for physical labels. It can really, it just puts you in a state of balance and more on the road to thriving. Can you take that and discuss it a little bit?
Yeah. So there's a couple of different aspects you're talking about there. If they are really focused on manifestation, a lot of manifestation is becoming aligned personally, and raising your own vibration, getting really clear on what you want, but becoming in a vibrational alignment with that which you seek. So using all of the ancient tones, all of the chakras, you can use the TBSW with mind expansion, or, psychic enhancement, or intuition, any of those kind of things, to get yourself in complete alignment with that which you want to manifest. So that is the most important thing there. As far as people that are more into the spiritual than into the physical, this is a very, very powerful tool. In fact, if you get on the machine and you run all those chakras, especially an ethereal cleanse, which is not just the physical body, but it is the emotional, mental, and spiritual body. If you turn all those chakras on, run all the ancient tones, boot up TBSW, put on mind expansion, and start the scalar wave generator for tachyon or 0-point energy, you can go into theta. If you're a meditator, you can go into theta within 30 seconds. Some people take as long as 2 minutes, but it is a amazing experience, and you're heightening your entire field. That first picture that I showed you of the field that goes around the toric energy field that goes around the body, and then the second channel of energy that comes down from source and into the earth, all of that goes through your chakras. This is a powerful tool for heightening that awareness in your body, that alignment in your body, the frequency in your entire field. So that will not only help with prevention of any future illness, if you really do that mindfully, but it'll also help with manifestation. You've really got to get your frequency level up. You've got to clear anything that blocks you, any of those fears. And a lot of the ancient tones, transformation miracles, the release of guilt and fear, all of those things are actually stopping points or blocks that keep you from manifesting what you want. So for that particular group, I think this would be an amazing tool. And then if they happen to have something come up that is a physical anomaly, they have the frequencies to treat that as well.
Thank you. Intuitively, I knew it. Thank you. I'm going to catch the recording, and I might be playing that numerous times for people. Thank you.
That's all right. Cut and paste.
Thank you.
No problem.
The settings for prostate.
Yes.
Do you recall what those are?
Oh, yeah. So there's prostate enlargement.
That under res? Is that
one for prostate cancer?
Okay.
And I would also use inflammation if you're really targeting that. And then I would do second chakra. Any blockage there leads to urinary tract problems, prostate, all of that.
Okay.
And then you can also do the DNA repair. So rejuvenation out of TBSW is a great one because it has 528 to repair DNA, and then run the scalar wave technology for more rapid healing.
Okay, perfect. Thank
you.
And
then alkalinize the body.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I don't have a problem. Oh, we got that one.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Caroline, I'm going to ask you one more question.
Sure.
I met with a physical therapist gentleman the other day, and just copied some things off the website. And is there any particular training or a video clip that you would suggest that I could go back and show him? I just left him with some copies and tried to introduce it to him. How it would he primarily serves athletes that are trying to rejuvenate, but he has a really nice physical therapy clinic that I feel would be this would be excellent for.
Oh, wonderful. So not only are there CPT codes, which are important for people like that to be able to insurance bill, but this is incredible for rapid recovery from accidents and training the athletes commonly have. So we will put something together that we can send to you.
Oh, great.
There are on the training platform, there is a podcast actually from the coaches at WSU. That is a very good one because they used to at other schools use the mechanical plate, power plate, and they only use our technology for the last 4 years, and just them talking about how they're using it for athletic recovery. Pitchers, they use it for warming up for pitching, for recovery afterwards, hamstring pulls, sitting down on the plate. But you can actually shorten the recovery period. And it's wonderful if you have a PT that's working in that area. I have had a little bit of a mixed review if I've had PT offices that are dying for more revenue and more customers. The fact that this speeds up the recovery period, it can shorten a 6-week into a 2-week recovery period, sometimes even faster, like sprained ankles. You can put the cell exciters right in the sock, and within 4 sessions, you can get them over a sprained ankle and back into play. So super important for athletes for rapid recovery. He will really like that aspect of our technology.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yep. All right. Well, everybody have a great week, and I will see you next time. Thank you for your time.